Hey y'all, so today I wanted to come to you and do a video on the trigger adjustment for the TC Compass using the MCARBO trigger adjustment spring kit. Now Thompson Center sent me this rifle, so I want to say thank you to them, as well as MCARBO sending me this adjustment spring kit here for this video. And thank you all for watching. Let's dive into it here. So first things first, you're gonna need a mallet or a block of wood for a hammer, a 5/32 Allen key for the takedown bolts, 1/16 inch punch, a small flathead screwdriver, and then some lubricating and sealant paste, as well as blue Loctite. Okay, so first things first, we'll set everything to the side here. And then make sure the weapon's clear here. So I'm gonna take out the magazine. And inspect here. All right, she's clear. So first thing you wanna do is take out the bolt by pushing the bolt release pin here. Set that to the side. Then I'm gonna flip this upside down. So I'll have the barrel facing to my right in this video, as if you guys were standing here doing it yourself. So you get your 5/32 Allen key, and you go ahead and take these takedown bolts out. There's one in front, the magazine well, and one right behind the trigger guard here. And just loosen them up enough. Where you can just pull that guy right off. And set that to the side as well. And then this is what you have here. You have your main trigger return spring. You'll have your secondary trigger return spring, and then your sear spring here. So these are the three springs that are going to be replaced here. And we'll start by taking out these two pins here with your 1/16 inch punch. And your block of wood if necessary to hammer those pins out. I'm gonna try and do it by hand first, which that one slid out pretty easily. And then set that to the side. And be careful when this guy comes off here, there's a small spring. It'll bounce out and run away from you, so set that to the side as well. And then remove your sear. And your sear spring. So we'll set that to the side as well. And then take down your last retaining pin here. So this is what you have here. Remove that spring. And you're gonna wanna go ahead and take these guys off here, which I've already loosened them up. There'll be some glue that's holding it down. So get rid of these guys. And this is what you're stuck with here. Got your retaining pins there. All right, so that's what you'll have, and then you'll get into your MCARBO trigger spring kit here. So just open that guy up. You're gonna have trigger turn spring for hunting. There's another one for bench rest. And then there's two more springs that are gonna come out. That'll be your sear spring and then your secondary trigger spring here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the bench rest one up because I'm not using that one. And get out the hunting return spring. All right, so these are the 3 that you're going to be using here. All right, now let's set it back to the side. All right, so let's start putting this guy together here. All right, so we'll just put this guy upside down here. And this shorter stubby one of the 2 is going to be your sear spring. So you'll put that guy back in there. And then you'll get your sear. And then this goes back in. You'll be able to see a ring wear mark on here. Just put that back down on top here. And then get this other guy here and put it in like so. And then you're going to line up these holes here and put that retaining pin back in there. Put a little pressure down on that and push that pin all the way in. Push it all the way in until it's flush on both sides here. All right. And then for the trigger here, you put before you do that, that's where you're going to get your sealant and lubricator. And put a little bit on the sear here. And on the sear catch as well. And then there's a little groove underneath here, and that'll help to hold that spring in place when you're putting it back on. If I can get some to come out, there we go. Then you put your little spring inside here and slide this over this guy here. And do it very carefully because it's kind of hard to do there. And then you got your trigger return spring here, and slide it over this guy here. And push everything back up into place. And then lastly, put your retaining pin back in once you get these holes lined up. Just have to push a little bit to finagle that thing in there. Once you get that in there, again, make sure that retaining pin is flush on either side here. All right, so we're good to go. Let's put the bolt back in. She wants to be a little picky here. All right, just putting the bolt back in there. And then you want to take that flat head and push and tighten that thing, turn it clockwise, tighten it all the way up. And then back it down a hair. And get your blue Loctite. And put a dab in there so it'll lock it in place. Screw that back all the way in. All right, with it on fire, pull the trigger, it's not released yet, so back it out just a hair until she fires. Find that little sweet spot, and then you're set. All right, so let's put it back in the gun and do a functions check. All right, so now we got her all in. Let's just do a functions test here, and then we should be good to go. Put the weapon on safe. Pull the trigger, does not fire. Weapon on fire. And that was sweet right there. Super light. And there you have it, folks. She is good to go. That was the Thompson Center TC Compass and the MCARBO trigger adjustment trigger spring kit. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had enjoyed the video here. I also wanted to point out that the factory trigger pull on this gun is about a 4.5 to 5 pound pull, and then after replacing the spring kit here, it'll reduce it down to about 1.5 to 2 pound pull. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have an awesome day, and enjoy the range and the field.